A deaf-mute girl knocked on her idol's door, but the man standing before her looked disheveled. She had no idea what had happened.
誰だよ。
The girl pulled out a note she had prepared. It had her name written on it. The man didn't respond. The girl wrote on the paper that she couldn't hear anything, and couldn't speak either. She could only communicate through writing. The girl wrote that she was a fan of his manga. She loved his work, but recently the manga had suddenly stopped updating. She was worried, so she came to check on him. She asked if he was having problems. Right after the girl introduced herself, the man slammed the door shut. The girl felt crushed. She thought her idol didn't want to see her, but what she didn't know was, the man had stopped updating his manga because something was wrong with his eyes. He could no longer draw. The man used to be a very talented manga artist. He drew constantly every day. His female assistant urged him to take care of his health. Working like this long term would destroy his body. The man understood this, but he had no choice. Only at night could he focus and find inspiration, so his eyes were always in pain. Even so, he still insisted on finishing each day's update, because he knew many fans were waiting for new stories. Over time, he noticed his vision getting much worse. He often felt dizzy. He had thought about going to the hospital for a checkup, but the publisher gave the man some great news. His manga was going to be made into a movie. Years of hard work were finally about to pay off. Once filming began, the man would become the most famous manga artist. This made him even more afraid to rest. He had to finish this manga as quickly as possible, but disaster struck. His hands began losing control. Then everything went black and he collapsed to the floor. After thorough examination, the doctor delivered terrible news. The man had acute glaucoma. Because it was discovered too late, they had missed the optimal treatment window. His eyes would never see again. This news devastated the man completely. For someone whose work depended on sight, it was a death sentence. Not only could he no longer draw his beloved manga, his dreams were utterly shattered. He began giving up completely at home, feeling like he was just living day by day. The girl had a hearing disability. All the sounds in the world meant nothing to her. She used to be able to speak, but because she couldn't hear sounds, over time she also lost the ability to speak. Her only source of hope was the man's manga that updated daily. She would watch it many times on her computer, because the female protagonist in the manga had the same experiences as her. This update featured a piano piece. She found the song online, turned the volume all the way up, but still couldn't hear it. She could only touch the computer speakers with her hands, then lay on top of them to feel the silent vibrations, imagining herself as the heroine in the manga. But suddenly the manga announced it was stopping updates. The girl didn't know what to do. She couldn't focus on anything all day, constantly checking for official announcements. Several days passed. The message still said updates were suspended. She had no idea what was happening. Messages sent to the author remained unread. The girl searched the author's social media, found some information he had posted before, discovered they lived in the same city. She took a photo of the address with her phone, then began searching for it every day. Finally, she identified an apartment building, found the man's mailing information in the mailbox.